Okay guys, it is time for Back to Basics here on Southern Roots. This week we're doing just a couple of basic sides that are super simple to make, but you can take it up just a notch or two and it'll still be basic but taste amazing. Hang on, I gotta fix this cutting board. Alright, put a towel under it. Maybe that's better. So what I've got is I've got some red potatoes. I've scrubbed them down in the sink. I cut them in half. Gonna half that. Then I'm simply going to take it and dice it. Somewhere around, I don't know, quarter to half inch cut. Just depends where my knife lands. I'm not a fancy knife person. Anyway, I've got several of these babies to go, because I'm feeding 3 people tonight. So I want to get these finished up and we'll be back. Okay, so I've got them diced up here. I'm going to take a big pot. I'm going to rake these off in here without making a huge mess. And as you know, I am a messy person. So that's probably roughly 2.5 to 3 pounds. Now, I'm going to fill these with water to about an inch above the potatoes. I'm going to put them on the stove on high heat. They're going to boil until they're tender. Okay, so for our second and final side for this basic episode, we're doing green beans and bacon. Yes, I'm using canned green beans. No matter how hard I've tried, I cannot get a taste for fresh ones. I broke out the induction burner for this, so while my potatoes are going over on the stove, I'm going to cut this induction burner on to about 400 degrees. I've got about 3 strips of bacon. And we're going to let these guys fry up partially. Most of the way, but not all the way. I'm not looking for crispy. Okay, so I left a little bit of the bacon grease in there. I'm going to add, turn my heat down to 300, which it'll take a little bit to cool down. I'm going to add my 2 cans of green beans. Then start adding the bacon that I cooked. Some of it did crisp up more than I intended, and that's perfectly fine. It's just everybody's preference anyway. And it's hot and burning my fingers. Okay. I'm going to hit it with about a teaspoon of kosher salt, some fresh ground black pepper, 3 tablespoons of margarine, and this is just gonna sit here and heat up, soak up this good bacon deliciousness. Okay, so here is the potatoes. I drained them. You're looking to see if they're tender and falling apart. I'm going to add a stick of butter and about a half a block of cream cheese that I softened in the microwave. Come back and add about 2.5 teaspoons of garlic. Some fresh ground black pepper. About 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. And just a little bit of milk. About 1/2 cup. Now I'm using my potato masher because I don't want them smooth. This is going to be a chunkier potato, and you can season to your own taste. I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of dried parsley. Give this a quick mix. Now that is the first side. Now on to the second. I let these green beans cook down until a lot of the juice is reduced out. So I turned down my induction burner to about 200 and then lower than that for a few minutes. Whatever temperature, as long as you can keep a close eye on it. You can also do these on the stovetop too. So that's the second side. Okay, so there is the 2 sides, green beans, mashed potatoes, and it is going to be joined by pot roast. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe, and we will catch you next time.